welcome back. Now we're going to be going over Choong Moo. So this form has 30 movements, so one more than the previous form, which was Parang. And Choong Moo is back to regular ready stance. The meaning of this form is it is the given name of the great admiral Yi Sun Sin of the Yi dynasty. So you can remember that. So let's get started. This form is notable for having a lot of knife hand techniques. There are a few techniques in there that are with the closed fist, but the majority is knife hand. So you can follow along, see if you can figure out which ones are with the fist and which ones are with the knife hand. So, ready stance. Here's already a move where we have the closed fist for a ready stance. So our first move is going to be a twin knife hand block to our left on L stance. Up. Hey! So this is my first move here. So in the front, I'm blocking with this outer knife hand here. In the back, I'm also blocking with this knife hand, but rising. Now I'm going to step forward and shift it into a high strike or block with my left hand, and an inverted knife hand strike with my right hand. Inverted just means palm facing up toward the ceiling. So one way to do this is just to keep the hands where they are and move them. If you find that that lacks power, you can also move them around a little bit, see what works. So maybe if I bring both hands back a little bit, I can get a little bit more power out of it. So find out what works for you on that. So step forward and do those two techniques on walking stance. So from here, I'm going to turn around, bring my right foot around into knife hand guarding block on L stance. Now I step forward with my left foot for a high, flat fingertip strike. Remember, this is about throat level, and I want to line up those fingertips just like on spear hand. So I step forward. That is on walking stance. Now from here, I'm going to turn, bringing my left foot around into a knife hand guarding block toward the front. From here, looks like we're about to go forward, like with many of the forms, but this time we actually turn back and give it a strike toward the back. So we're going to lift up our right leg into a chamber closed fist. So middle section side kick, set it down, back to knife hand guarding block. So now that we've got that out of the way, from here we're going to move forward. So moving forward, we're going to do a one-step flying side kick. So step, lift, and kick. So 1, 2, 3. Into knife hand guarding block. So now I've got my right hand forward. From here, I'm going to turn around using my left foot into a low outer forearm block on L stance. Now I shift my left foot forward into a walking stance, and I grab. I lift up my knee to snap, turn around, and ridge hand. So this form, like we said, uses a lot of knife hands and also gets creative with the different types of knife hands it includes. So at the beginning, we used some outer knife hands. We also used our flat fingertip strike. Now, in addition to the inverted knife hand strike, we're using the ridge hand or the reverse knife hand strike. So here I'm going to be on a sitting stance with my left foot forward, a walking stance with my left foot forward, left arm supporting the right, and striking across. Now from here, I have a turning kick followed by a back kick. So this turning kick or roundhouse kick will be high section, followed by a middle section back kick. 1, 2. As I turn around, I'm using a forearm guarding block. So this is another one of those rare forearm techniques in this form. So on the way forward, it was a high roundhouse kick. Now I'm going to be doing a middle roundhouse kick. I set it down close, step out with my right, into U-shaped block toward the back. From here, I have a 360-degree turn as I jump. So I'm going to jump and turn toward my left, or counterclockwise. And I land in a knife hand guarding block, an L stance. From here, I'm going to step forward with my left foot into a low strike. So In the past, we've maybe simplified this to a low spear hand. It's actually an upset fingertip thrust. You can imagine it like a grab too, if you want. So imagine you're grabbing low. Now from here, we're going to step back into more of a back stance. Left arm down in front for a low block. Right arm up high for a back fist. Now we step forward. Now it'll be a middle section knife hand strike. So just a regular knife hand, or sorry, not knife hand strike, middle section spear hand on walking stance. From here, I'm going to turn around using my left foot into a high double forearm block. So this will be high section, a little bit higher than we may have practiced it in the past. From here, I'm going to step around with my left foot. So this is a hammer block, middle section. So I'm using the outer forearm coming from out to in, followed by a back fist. This other hand, unless you're used to using it to protect down here, officially it's pulled straight back for an elbow strike. So from here, 1, 2. This left hand is back in an elbow strike, chambered at the hip. So from here, we're going to, and this is on a sitting stance by the way, so I want to really emphasize that stance. So now we're going to turn, do 2 middle section side kicks to what is our left currently. So 1, 2, turn around, X block, also called a checking block. This is an X block with the knife hands, and it's on the L stance. Now we're going to step forward, twin upward pressing block. So on walking stance. Now the last movement is going to be a high block followed by a middle section punch. So we've got a 2-step motion, 1, 2, hi! So high with the right, middle section punch with the left. So be careful not to bring this punch higher than it should be. It should be middle section, even though that high block is up there. Don't let it pull your punch upward. So this will be middle section punch. Then from here, we go back, RO. And that's the Choong Moo form.